Yo, koso, and welcome to Rhythm Cafe here on the mighty Loading Ready Run Video Entertainment Network. My name's Ian, and you can hear Heather.
I hope so. I hope they can hear me.
Me too, because you're like literally half the show. Probably more if we actually dig deep into it. I'm gonna give you at least half up front.
We are both equal co-hosts, co-owners, co-creators. Because let's not forget, Rhythm Cafe would not exist without Rhythm Tuesday, which was a thing we were both doing our streams and then ignoring Alex's stream in the middle.
It was very true.
Because he had a stream that day too, and we were like, nah. It's fine.
This is a full Tuesday that belongs to us now. I'm happy to be back in the saddle here at the moon base for another... God, it is rainy as heck outside. Just coming down in sheets and sideways, at least from where I was sitting. How's it out over in your location there?
Well, if I look out the window, it is definitely raining.
Okay.
But I am inside. I've looked outside maybe twice today. I don't go out there if I don't have to.
And you know, why let it taunt you too? Don't even give it the satisfaction of seeing your face.
The rain is actually really nice for me because I'm inside and I can hear it and I can be like, yeah, and it's a little cold, which means it's not overheating in the building. But I wouldn't want to go outside in it right now.
No, yeah, it's like, the one thing I don't like about rain is when it touches me, which is the only thing I don't like about the rain. Everything else that it does is fantastic, which you can't say for the sun. The sun touching you is bad, but it also makes everything else also hot and grow, and that's... I'm not a fan. What's my segue? I don't have one. We're playing Beat Blast today. Oh yes, no, speaking of cycles, we're going through a cycle of games, which is to say that Heather has played Beat Blast before on this very stream.
Yeah.
And now I'm here playing the game.
Extra festive today.
Perfect, yes.
Because of the holidays this weekend, which of those of you who don't know, it's Thanksgiving weekend for Canada.
Which is not something...
It doesn't exist in November.
I have to be very clear here. This is not something that Heather and I have made up. This is actually Canadian Thanksgiving.
It's a real holiday. Check your Canadian calendars.
Check your Canadian calendars. Right next to...
Well, like... If I check my calendar, I know it will tell me when American Thanksgiving is.
Really?
But also Canadian Thanksgiving.
Okay, I've got one of those Japanese wall hanging ones that you pull down per date, so I have no idea what it's telling me at all.
Does it tell you when Canadian Thanksgiving is?
You know what?
That would be great.
I haven't looked at it yet, and I should probably check to see if it says Canada no arigato no hi. I think that's how you would say it. Or the thanks day. Thank you day. Yeah, so we determined this was a rogue-like game, or rogue-lite game, which means it's going to be all different for me when I get to go around in it. I should turn on the music, because that's a key.
It's kind of a key component,
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I haven't done WASD or WADs. That's how you say it. I haven't done WADs since I started the first day of, I want to say...
Kindergarten? Yeah.
Yes, kindergarten. Star Wars Squadrons is kind of like kindergarten, yes. Why not?
Like, you have to learn to WASD before you can ROSD. Which I'm assuming is a real thing.
Okay. So what's the optimal strategy here? Let's take this away. Yellow by itself does... Ooh, that does the Explodio. No, don't touch. No touch. Green does a shooty.
So this game we played a couple weeks ago, it's you go around shooting things, but you configure your own inventory of notes, which is what Ian's doing there. When you get to a more safe location, Ian, can you remove the Rhythm Cafe bug for this stream?
You bet, because that's all on top of.
Yeah, I think it would just be a little bit of a better viewing experience.
I concur. Boom, done and done. At least I put myself on the right side. Alright, so this is an uninteresting song so far. Green Shooty's nice, but what's Blue Dewey? Ooh, bigger Shooty. Okay, so let's do... I want to do things on the offbeat.
Yeah, in some ways it kind of reminds me of the that card-based game that they did for the iPad. Where it's like you're putting down cards to change things with the music and to it's a beat mix or something?
Drop mix.
Just in terms of like you're putting down things and you're trying to assemble a bit of a different mix itself.
Yeah, like I want to make sure that I've got enough shots coming out on a regular basis that I can properly.
And that's the thing, right? You could just go with something you really like the sound of, or you could go with something a little more strategic. Will it sound good? Hopefully.
Yeah, it's not really the point, is it? Woo. Let's see a touch happen there, I think, which is unallowed.
That's a note that allows you to change out the sound that they put in the yellow space. So it makes a bit of a different noise.
We're about to find out. Gonna keep the green in there.
I see we have a Molly raid. Hey Molly.
Hey
Molly Raiders.
More musical companions. Comet. Passing through enemies while dodging deals damage. Heck to the yes. Ooh, there's a cooldown on my dodge ability. Bring back the yellow here. There might be another sound.
That's correct, Molly. This is a rhythm game roguelike. It's in. I think it's still in early access. I think it only hit early access actually a couple months ago, maybe. So I'm kind of excited to see what more they do with this game. Yes, you're in a boss level area. Or mid-boss, maybe?
A danger zone.
Right, eyeball.
Yay! Coins.
Oh, good. Health. Health is always great.
I want to make something that sounds good here.
Right? Because it's like, yeah, maybe you want to change up your thing for the thing that you're fighting, but you're gonna be playing this for a bit, and this is your background music now. Is that what you want?
Lo-fi beats to genocide too. Ooh, got all sweaty there. All is weak. Beats are heavy. polyhedral spaghetti.
Like there's really a lot to enjoy about this game. There's the music is relaxing, which is odd in what feels kind of like a bullet hell type thing going on. I'm always really happy to see a game that does nothing with its graphics but very simplistic shapes and what it can do that's interesting in that way.
Yeah, but also really refined. Mm-hmm. They're simple shapes, but they're not. It's not a rough gameplay, I guess. Yes. Wait. If my shots are orbiting around me, I should really find out what that means. Different ones. Ooh, okay, some drums. That's nice. Perfect. All right, what do we got here? We don't have enough bits to be able to buy anything, so back to the replay, I guess.
Yep.
Okay, orbit seems bad. Let's not orbit.
It's an interesting thing that I like in some respects, but I think for the boss fighting, I found it really difficult to survive with.
I think I need something. Knowing when the shots are going to come to is always an important thing to keep in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Loot!
And yet, if you stack them all up in one row, even though there's only like a few, it's got a really like powerful shot going behind it.
Whew. Yeah, I see what you mean. Stacking is really helpful.
Yeah, right? And it's just kind of like this really interesting mix of like, do you want constant bullets? Do you want strength?
Power bullets,
Like,
yeah.
what kind of setup are you gonna go for?
What do you
I mean,
want?
you're gonna get more notes as you play, like the longer you play. So eventually, you're gonna be able to do more than that anyway.
I need one more is what I want. Okay, got a little swing going there. Emphasis on the offbeats, which is big in my books. Oh! Gimme! No! Ow! So I look over at the side of the screen and I see Polygon pride. There we go. Polygony. Not polygamy. Polygony, the act of being polygonal. I believe polygamy is when you just want to fuck rectangles. I like how squishy some of these rectangles are. Okay, let's try making something a bit more. I believe this part of the song is the coda. Or no, this is more of a bridge. Okay. Use what it gives me here. I think I'm ready to take on some bosses, actually. He says as he brushes up by a polygon, hurting himself greatly.
I mean, it's a very... I don't play a lot of like twin stick games, and I also don't play a lot of mouse and keyboard. So I find the having to move the mouse around while doing WASD actually really hard. But you get used to it.
Yep.
I think it's also just kind of like sometimes you're like, I wanna redo my inventory, but nothing will stop.
No time. Okay, give me sharpshooter.
Gotta find the safe spaces first.
Yep.
Redo your inventory.
Also gotta remember to mash the space bar if I want to survive certain times.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Enemy! Let's go to the enemy mine. A great film from the 80s. Zafras Kid 4-5. Wait, his name wasn't Zafras. What was his name in the enemy mine? Someone will help me out.
It'll have to be someone from the chat, because I don't know
Yes.
what you're talking about.
Well, I recommend you sit down at some point over the next few months and check out the 80s flick Enemy Mine. It's not about a mine where you get where they dig enemies out of the ground. I just want to make that clear off the bat. It's about a man who has interacts with his, and it's a sci-fi about it really could have been in fact it probably was a Star Trek episode at some point. But it's just about a guy and an alien from two opposite sides of a long-running war that have to deal with each other as they wait to be picked up. And they learn after a time that maybe their differences aren't so great after all.
Ash Burnham suggests Drac.
Drac get 4-5. That sounds maybe right? The 4-5 comes from the fact that these beings only have 3 fingers on each hand. Featherweight's correct. There is a mine.
Truth in some titles. Okay.
Good. Yep.
Yeah, you only have 1 hit point left.
Yep. Touch the triangle. Make it go away.
But you do have a good collection of notes. Ooh, a shop.
Yep. And I've got some money. Oh, and I have enough money. Let's get one of these. Actually, you know, I can get another note.
You,
The hell
yeah,
not.
you've got enough for a note. You might as well use it. Get yourself some more firepower.
Hold note.
Did you ever see Gravity Falls?
Oh yeah, love me some
Right.
Gravity Falls.
So I was rewatching it the other day, and because you know the book has like 6 fingers on it, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. But it feels so. Some characters only have 4 fingers on their hand, and
Yup.
a lot of other characters have 5. And I was just like, wait a minute, this is very.
Doing some very
Because
interesting.
the 6-finger thing is meant to be like a clue towards something, and like ooh, mystery. And I'm like, but everybody seems to have 4. No, wait, some of you have less, some of you have more. What? This isn't helpful at all.
You know, the mysteries in that show were always very cool. Good people behind it. That said, were you aware that Disney is currently doing? Damn it! Well, they're working on what do you call them? Short YouTube videos on their YouTube channel that are just cover songs of pop tunes or of other music. I think they're calling it fractured karaoke or something along that lines. And
Okay.
haven't really paid attention to the other songs because the one that just came up was Mabel doing a parody of Call Me Mabel. That's just literally Call Me Maybe. And it's adorable.
That would be good.
I miss
I usually
Mabel.
stay away from the YouTube Disney Channel because they have those really weird Mickey Mouse cartoons, and
Yeah.
the sight of them actually just scares me now.
Really?
I cannot deal with that art style.
That's sort of
I
wet.
also can't deal with some of the content that they've done with it.
So they're very popular amongst the a certain part of the Disney fandom who like the shorts. But I haven't actually watched them myself. 'Cause just never
They're
been in the
just
mood.
kind of ugly,
Well, they got that Spumco look to them, that wet style that I'm not a fan of.
and it doesn't help. The one I watched was Goofy being a third wheel on Mickey and Minnie's date.
Oh,
And then like they just kind of like end up in his stomach at the very end, and I cannot deal with cartoon characters eating other cartoon characters.
that's really weird too. Especially, why would you invite Goofy to be a third wheel on your date when he's the only Disney character who canonically fucks? He's got a son, and he had a wife at some point. We don't know what happened to her, but
That's true. They never really go into that in the Goofy movie, do they?
I assume that's part of the reason why he had to leave the Goof Troop. Ah, Jesus. Turned to look for the chat for a second, and that was a mistake.
I know, the chat's incredibly distracting, and it's really hard when you're playing a rhythm game.
Oh, good, the laser went away. And it will never come back. Whoa. Huh. Nope. Okay, range is increased now. Okay, so the theory was sound. The execution, not so much. Okay. Just enjoying a Phillips ginger beer as well today.
The chat's all upset at you for forgetting about Della Duck and
I mean, that's new information from my understanding. but I'll
I
take it.
mean, Donald's been an uncle for a while, and those kids came from somewhere.
Yep.
They're not personally his, but they came from somewhere.
But where?
I mean, it's cartoons. They could have been.
It's an orphanage.
Anything.
It's all if it's cartoons, it's always an orphanage.
Oh, it is Scrooge.
He would definitely want the cheapest children he could find. Like, do you know how much it costs to have a child at a hospital? Neither do I, but I understand it's extremely expensive. Ah, lasers! Oh, okay. Whew. Go punch the robot in the eye. Thank God.
I like how dangerously close you get to that eyeball. It's just like, this is the safest space furthest from the lasers.
If I'm gonna take down a giant fireball shooting eyeball, I want it to know where its death is coming from. I just want all these coins too.
I take it you saw the stuff about the Animaniacs today?
I saw it. I did not watch it.
Ah.
I'm not. I wonder if I'm. I don't think I will. I think I'm just gonna go in fresh.
I mean, the announcement video is just a parody thing that doesn't show off anything.
Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be a
It's,
excerpt from an episode, but
no, it's more of a spoof on a movie.
okay. That is the sort of thing they're known for. Whew. Jurassic Park, if I think I remember seeing correctly.
Yeah. But it definitely, like, it's definitely just them being like, we're bringing this back.
The concept
So-
of movie.
I wouldn't say it's a spoiler of the show at all.
Who is it behind it? Is that, it's not Lexi. It's not Katie. Or is it Katie? Who was running? I know it's someone who was, at least I think it was someone who was on, or associated with Strip Search, who got to head up the Animaniacs reboot. And I was like, oh, okay, this was in fine hands.
Ah, that I had not heard of. So I do not know, but
Yeah, it was about the same level of excitement as I had when I heard Noelle Stevenson was getting She-Ra. Like, oh, this is good news. And I understand that Lumberjanes is getting an animated series too.
Lumberjeans?
Lumberjanes. Lumberjeans would be a different thing entirely. Yeah, it's
All right.
that comic book about girls in a sort of a scout or a summer camp, but a scouting type summer camp, solving mysteries.
Oh, okay. A lot of mystery solving going on at summer camps.
That was Noelle Stevenson's work before she did She-Ra,
Okay.
or one of the many.
I mean, I'm basically have run out of good cartoons at this point.
Oh well.
Except for like Owl House, which I haven't seen yet. So I need something else.
Well, let me tell you about Armored Troopers Votoms. It's like Universal Century Gundam, except it doesn't always focus on the single 1 year period. Actually, no. What I have done is and Beej may be happy. It seems that Beej has been ahead of me for a number of years on a number of series that have turned out to be favorites of mine. Like, I slept on Turn A Gundam for years before actually getting into it, and it is so good. One of my current favorites right now, and it was one of his at the time. And now I'm getting into Overman King Gator.
Kipo season 3 drops tomorrow. Oh, thank you, Treon. Yes, I would be happy for that. I actually just been getting in my friend watch group, we've just been going through, we're almost through season 1 of Kipo. I'm gonna watch ahead, but for them, they needed to see Kipo, so.
Okay, what is this Kipo you're telling me about?
Kipo and the Age of the Wonder Beasts.
Uh-huh.
It's a Netflix. It's on Netflix. It's like post-apocalyptic future where there's mutants on the planet's surface. Most humans live in burrows underground, kind of deal. But the show is about Kipo, a girl who was in a burrow and then their burrow got attacked, and so now she's in the overworld area trying to find her dad.
Wait.
And I'm not doing any of this justice because it sounds like a very like bland, like this has been done before kind of story, and maybe it is, but it's just really delightful.
What it sounds like, Heather, is you're actually mixing Gurren Lagann and Kill la Kill. Okay, here comes the bullet hell.
Anyway, you should ask Corey about it because I've been making her watch it.
Gotcha. I will ask her if it's a 4 Ian series or not.
Yeah, she might be able to tell you better if that's a show you would care about. But
that felt real good.
But as far as English cartoons go, it was very good.
Good to know. There's just too many good English cartoons right now.
I know, and I'm jealous for my childhood. Because honestly, I could have used some of these as a kid.
Yeah, no, you had no, you were pretty close to me in terms of age. I just remember there was this dark time between when the Disney Afternoon had its big, had its long run. It was about the same time when Disney was having its own little renaissance of just goodness in general.
I mean, I found that because I'm about 5 years apart with Beej, and every time we talk about cartoons we watch, I found that I've missed stuff that he would have watched because it's older, and that the stuff that I watched he would have it would not have been popular amongst his age group to have seen that.
I think that, yeah, in that case then, having a brother who is exactly your age then really helps that. Because it meant I was still doing things with my brother and still watching certain things, and so I would have been exposed to these things. Like, I probably would have missed out on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles if it weren't for having a brother in the age group for it. Yeah, still not loving these spirals, but we'll be happy to have there we go.
Yeah, they're just a little harder to kind of aim. Like, you have to get a little closer in range as well, so you...
Yep.
But, like, I was very heavy into a lot of the... I guess there's also, like, a difference between what you had available as a kid versus what you didn't if you... Because, like, I had Family Channel, so...
Ah, yes.
Like, Doug Funny, Pepper Ann... Doug was Disney.
It was Disney or Nickelodeon? No, not that it actually matters, but... Uh-oh.
Was Nick originally? Oh, well.
Okay, good, we did get... Oh no, did I have enough stuff to buy something and didn't?
I think you could have unlocked something.
Well, F.
Whoops. But yeah, like Pepper Ann, Weekenders, Fillmore were the ones that I recall being really good that I think still stand up. Recess was quite good. I mean, Recess is just like a reskin of Hogan's Heroes, though, as kids, so...
Dropping the sick Hogan's Heroes ref.
A show I never watched, but I was very aware of because I'm pretty sure my dad probably watched
No,
it.
that's exactly what happened, and I think what the point was too, because that was, oh god, I can remember my dad watched Tailspin with me because of the era, and I think it was something that really was supposed to resonate with. Like if they're not coming up with cross-generational reasons to watch these shows, then I think they're not doing their jobs. Oh no. I will not spend one of my blocks on any of you things. Wait, what are you? First strike. 2 damage to unharmed enemies. You know what? Yeah. Crush them. Like I'm pretty sure that DuckTales, the reason that it's so popular right now, and why it's doing so well, is that it is meant to be multi-generational. It's meant to be for people who watched the original DuckTales and Darkwing Duck and that whole Disney Afternooniverse. And,
Yeah.
and being able to share that with their kids now.
I mean, their references to other shows are very on point.
I was just seeing a tweet from one of the producers who was animating specifically the Darkwing Duck stuff, and was talking about how happy he was to be able to bring these characters back to the screen. Like,
So,
yeah, no, that's...
In that last room you were in, where it had all the directional stuff, one of those was labeled the Black Market, which I
Yep.
don't think we've come across before.
No, but I saw that it was indicated by a heart, which to me says you will now spend your hearts to buy things.
Oh, sure. I just want to point out that that looked new.
Oh yeah, as interesting as that may be, that seems like a really bad place for me to go right now.
Yeah, no, Tailspin was something I watched quite a bit. It wasn't as beloved to me as like Darkwing Duck, but it was still a good show.
Yeah.
Darkwing Duck, unfortunately, I would love a reboot of that because it ended on a weird cliffhanger.
Yeah. I was so into Tailspin just because it was I still would love to just be a freelance pilot, hauling cargo. But those days are gone. But I remember when Darkwing Duck first hit the airwaves and having that theme song stuck in my head for days. It's not days, years, sorry.
Anyone else get the Disney Adventures magazine? Sometimes I was allowed to buy it off the... I was able to convince my parents to let me get it off the magazine stand, but not to like a degree of consistency.
It was a hard sell for me because it didn't have as much comic in it as I wanted.
That's fair.
You know, there was too much non-comic information.
Yeah, like I probably would have taken an Archie comic over that if I couldn't. If my parents wouldn't make me choose,
Especially
but occasionally.
Especially back in the day when the double digests were of the size they were.
Yeah, some good reading in there.
You know, if you're on a road trip and you're gonna get and you're stopped at a gas station to get snacks and entertainment, yeah, no, double digest, that'll get you through at least the next gas station. David. Sure. Come with me, David. Oh, because David and Goliath. There we go. Didn't expect...
I mean, to be honest, my mind was like, maybe that's one of the devs' names. Maybe that's...
I just don't generally expect biblical references in my non-Japanese bullet hells. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's gonna get very attacky.
There we go. Pew pew pew. Haha! Take now.
After this stage, it will charge at you.
Oh, good. Yep, there it is. Can't afford anything there, so back to the replay. Back to the 3-play. Always take the heart.
Yeah, I found I was always taking the heart too, because you don't always get a lot of health pickups. You're gonna find more notes, right? Like...
Oh yeah, those keep coming. The notes start coming, then they don't stop coming. Oops. One of those guys was hiding in the mist cloud of his fallen comrades. Now, someone in the chat was saying that Gummy Bears holds up, and it occurred to me, did Gummy Bears get a reboot? Because I feel like it did, but I can't recall.
I don't think so. They definitely reference it in DuckTales.
Okay. That's the thing. Yes.
They do an episode where they heavily talk about them, but they don't. I don't believe it got an actual reboot.
I think it's probably time. Or at least it's a property that's available.
Like I really appreciate that they for Darkwing Duck. When they first reference it, they call him the something like the Scarlet Mallard, and how Launchpad is a fan.
Oh,
like that's just really cute because Launchpad was in both.
Mm-hmm. He worked for Darkwing. Which is what I loved about those cartoons was. That was just after I started realizing that, oh wait, Japanese cartoons are a thing, and they have stories that go for longer than one episode.
Right?
But I've known about Robotech at that point. Mini boss. To get a little too close to these things, I think. I have a problem. Hatsu. Okay, let's check out this black market. What do we got here? Scattershot. Comet. And Spiralable. You know what? This is a rare. Let's grab it.
Ooh. I like the effect it has on your music.
Mm-hmm. Gimme. Oh, hold up. There we go. Maximum power! Oh, shoot.
Whoa. That was a really good dodge.
Thank you. I'm not completely terrible at video games.
I mean, that was just you were completely surrounded. There was a lot going on. I can't fault anyone for getting hit at that point if they do.
Now I can pull off some very impressive stuff very irregularly. Which is fun, because that means that everything I can do is technically possible.
Now, in a weird way, if you can hit it without breaking its shield, it won't go into that weird offensive mode.
Shoot. Well, in that case...
Like with the charging and the bullet hell portion.
Okay, well, one left. Oh! I got caught at it. Just at the end. Still enjoying this.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like a successful roguelike has the one more compulsion, but you're not hating yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Ah! That was just hubris. There we go. What's especially nice is that this game is dark without being dim.
I mean, it helps that a lot of the villains are brightly colored and they have like a glow.
I just feel like this game wouldn't trigger a migraine for me.
I think, I'm pretty sure some of the items you can come across are more light. Remember those being a thing.
I have seen that come up a couple, or at least once. Let's go straight for the boss.
Yeah, you can do it.
What I need to do is be better at leading my shots. Huh. Okay, one more before the break. All right. Whew.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Good splash while surrounded.
Unfortunately, I think I did get touched, but... No, Ian, don't get so close.
You gotta keep that 2 meters distance.
Exactly. Mitsu this. Did I tell you about that game that I found that was just about Japanese social distancing?
I don't think so.
You were the Japanese health minister and walking down a street. And it's a top-down scroller, and you just yell "Mitsu this" at people, and that spreads them across.
You do have a note you could
Oh,
add
shoot,
to
yeah,
your...
right. Let's throw that in. Let's try and get a few more notes here before we embossing ourselves. Let's see if we can turn that into another shot. The note shop. What's your price? Oh, 1. No! Wait. Orbiting shields protect you from danger. That didn't do too well. Bit parry. Nope. Let's fly close together. Nope. Nothing I need.
It's always good to check the shop.
Yeah, I was hoping I'd be
Find
allowed.
out.
I was hoping to be allowed to buy notes.
Oh, as opposed to
Spend
being to
notes.
spend them.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see it being a thing further on. Like if you've got like a lot of notes going on and kind of an overabundance, you're probably gonna still get more.
Yep.
Probably all right.
Okay, got one more here.
I'm glad to hear that, Defrost. Curious
Oh,
if
hey.
to know you can get enough notes to fill everything up in a run. Probably?
Yeah, like over the course of a full run, I'm pretty sure.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Given how
I think
often I seem to run into notes.
like I don't think I got past the second area when I was playing. But I felt like I had a lot of stuff filled up last time.
Yeah.
Near the end after a lot of trying.
How much damage can I do before entering the room? None! Oh god! Touching. All right. Well, that takes us, I think, to the top of the hour, which is a good place for us to have a break. That said, I was lax in my own duties, and I think we should take some time to thank some of our subscribers who have been with us here today. I want to start with Bitter One, who subscribed for 41 months, and I'll give a couple minutes here while Heather possibly also brings up the notifications page to let people know that
Cyberpilot for 14 months says it's my birthday today. Happy birthday, Cyberpilot. Thank you for the sub.
Happy birthday, Saberpilot. Togashinaruta. Togashinaruta. Subscribed for 82 months. Molly says hi, and I think my favorite salad is a Waldorf-like, but not exactly that. Yeah, Waldorfs are good, but a little mixing it up is not a bad thing either.
Dormar has come back for 26 months in a row. Welcome back.
Songar87 subscribing for 33 months. Thank you.
Vagrant Fiction for 5 months.
Cheers. Liam Neeson's Knees son subscribing for 27 months. That is a number. Thank you.
And SA Doers for 54 months. Welcome back.
Cheers to that. And that's going to be it for the sub-reads, because we got up to them. But it's not it for the show.
Next time.
We'll be back with more Rhythm Cafe in just a few minutes. Don't go away. Abu. Abu. We are back with more of the, Jesus, what is this game called?
Beat Blast.
Beat Blast! More Beat... Look, I'm spending all of my mental energy playing this game rather than attempting to remember what it's called. I only need to remember...
Yeah, that's fine. We wrote it down in the title.
Mm-hmm.
That's where people can find the name.
It's like, I only need to remember the title of the game once. That's when I want to go launch it. I want to go play that game with the beats and the blasts. What is that called? Super Mario World. Yes, okay. The world has beats and blasts in it. Why not? Mono Blue.
I mean, it's like, I never remember if it's shapes and beats or beats and shapes.
Yeah.
I end up saying both.
Just music and geometry. That's
the one with the thing, it has the shapes and the music and
the shapes, the musics, and the moving around and the whatnot. Oh, sorry. You just reminded me that Spitting Image has returned to the airwaves, and I've missed out on the first 2 episodes, and I need to rectify that post haste.
I don't know what that is.
For those of you not aware, including Heather, Spitting Image was a series, I think, on Channel 4 in the UK, and it featured some of the most hideous-looking puppets you've ever seen. It was a satire show for political and just normal daily life satire, and so they would have these horrifying puppets of political and celebrity people, and they would just do these ridiculous skits with them. I don't recommend that you go onto Google and search Spitting Image puppets just to see what they look like, but it was a beloved sketch show from the 80s and the early 90s, and I desperately miss it, and I'm glad that it is back on the TVs. Yeah, they really did a lot of satirizing the Reagan era, and then just up into the Bush 1 times. And Thatcher, yes. But they also did a lot of good songs and had a few albums.
Alright, so I'm probably not gonna watch that myself, but
absolutely
cool.
Not. But I just realized that if I've forgotten, there's probably at least someone in the chat here who didn't know that it existed and probably wants to watch it.
I mean, that honestly is fair. It's easy to forget about. I mean, there's just so much going on.
Oh god, yeah.
In terms of media and It's easy to not keep up or know or
Fall behind.
discover something much later than everyone else did. Which often I find is quite fine. I do it with video games all the time.
Oh yeah.
And then I find I have a backlog of interesting things I can play, as opposed to I have to play whatever everyone else is playing.
Works for just about any kind of medium you can think of. Oh yeah, no, sorry, the best way to describe spitting images is that they're kind of like the anti-Muppets.
But you said they were puppets.
Yes, but in every way that the Muppets are appealing and pleasant and wholesome, spitting image is real and ugly and
Okay.
biting. Alright, let's try this. Well, that's a good start. Only touch the eye. Uh-oh. I think I let a laser beam touch me. I definitely let a laser beam touch me.
Yeah, a couple times. I don't know for sure if you can actually destroy the eye without the shield anyway, but...
Ah, well, I've definitely been trying that, so...
Like, I tried a couple of times too, but I was never successful in making that happen, so I don't know if it's possible or not. But it does seem at the very least like you should be able to give the eye a lot of damage before you have to get rid of the shield.
One would hope. Sorry, Goag just pointed out in the chat, wow, those puppets are cursed. So at least one person took my challenge.
Oh, yeah, anytime we tell somebody not to, a group of people, rather, not to look something up on the internet, at least one or two of them are going to.
We'll absolutely watch.
Unless they've already done it, like, and they know.
Always go up. Ah, always go up. Hey, what do you got for me here? Legendary. Increases maximum note count. Grants 2 notes immediately.
Ooh.
Heat-seeking missiles. Your bullets seek out targets. Bit drops increased. We're gonna go with this.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, you do have a note that you could add to your
Yes.
collection. But, yes, heat-seeking missiles.
Wow. That's unfair to the bad people. By which I mean the shapes.
Yes, that is true. They are bringing Love Live to the PS4.
Oh no.
It's, I believe it's a port of the arcade game.
Huh. I'm surprised that they don't have that no one's done a VR style Love Live or Cinderella Girls game where you are the well, no, okay, I can understand exactly why, because the point of these games is to look at these girls while they're actually doing their dances and songs. But Like if it was a combination of SingStar and Para Para, where you have to do the dance with your VR.
Is there no para para type VR
I mean,
rhythm game? That seems like something that should exist.
like it's essentially what Beat Saber is, right? And all of the other ones. Beat Saber's the only
It's
one.
true. I guess I'm just surprised that the name of that game itself hasn't been used in conjunction.
An official version. Yeah, just the most recent thing Love Live related that I saw was something one of our friends posted on Twitter. It was a clip from one of the more recent animes. And damn if I wasn't impressed actually with it. It was clearly one of those things that, you know, the story has been building to for a while. So it's not something I can expect that would happen all the time, I guess. But if it was, boy, would I watch that show. But I guess that series has been going on for, what, how many years now?
I mean, the franchise.
Yeah.
Yes, I think in terms of an anime, they've only done a couple.
But it does mean that there is some deep lore going on about the characters in there.
There's a surprising amount of story in the mobile game. We just generally skipped it.
Yeah. Well, we don't exactly have 10 years as the franchise as a whole. Yep, that's enough time to put together a fine back catalog of canon and non.
It's also like a fairly popular mobile game, so you got plenty of fanon
Yep.
to go with as well, and inside jokes. And
Well, everything I've seen from it is that people are very, very tuned into the canon specifically. If only because they want their personal ships to become, I was gonna say legal, but canon is the word I'm looking for. No, you know what? That's it. From now on, I'm not referring to things as in canon or out of canon. It's they're illegal or legal. Ah! Do not touch the eye or its exterior. Alright, let's have a bit of a sip. This anime is the third generation of the Love Live franchise. Oh my.
yeah, because they did. There's the original Love Live. There's the oh shoot, what's the second one called? Sunshine something.
Aquars?
Oh right, of course. And then they did like I think there's a third game where they did like a mush of everything, or third season. It's been a while since I've played.
If only there was a wiki that we could consult.
No, I'm not diving back into that.
No. The only game wiki I'm willing to go into for that is our good friends.
I had there's like a website where you can keep track of your card collection, because at least when I was playing, the game did not do an adequate job
Oh no.
of what I wanted, and I was on there every time I played to keep track of my collection and which ones I had and which ones I didn't need anymore.
Oh yeah, because that's handy. What's the B-Money, Smacky Smack, what's that game called? poppin' music. Thank you. Nobody. Thanks, brain.
I was gonna say, really? Really? You forgot poppin' music?
No, I think what just happens is that the way I interact with my brain now is to ask it questions like it can understand me. I'll give up a note
Just,
for her.
getting yourself prepped for Desert Bus, I see, huh?
Hey, brain. You ready? No? Well, too bad. We're doing this. Oh, God. Too many games.
Yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
I find, like, I would probably still be playing Love Live if it still worked on my iPad. Because I don't like playing on my phone. So I'm actually kind of excited for the PS4 version.
It'll probably look ridiculously good. Like I remember, well, CBH, the iPhone is a very good system in terms of its 3D performance. Apple has no problems there, but I do remember back in the day when Cinderella Girls came out on the Xbox 360 and the Japanese suddenly had a reason to buy an Xbox 360, and it looked fantastic. Okay, Scattershot. First strike, barrier. Scattershot blocks. Ooh. So when you don't have many notes, you gotta keep your aim really. Hello.
Yeah, and you gotta distance a little bit so that you can defend a bit more. Because you don't have the constant firing going. But it's just kind of having that one strong shot can do a lot for you.
Yep. Still going up. Why won't these die? Nope, always going up. Huh. Huh. Nope. Nice job, Ian. I kind of want mouse to be dodged, to be honest.
Actually, yeah, having the dodge button on a mouse click, with you can it says unlock underneath it.
Is that a lie? Starting pass.
Maybe it's a lie.
Start the game with hefty 7 bits. Start the game with a random stat boost. Yep.
Okay, it is a lie.
It's only there to tempt you.
Good to know, though.
Tech Art is currently porting a PC console to the Android and iOS. iPhone has advantages over a mobile platform, but we're still super limited in ways compared to a console. Twitch chat probably poor medium for this. Yeah, no, that's that's fair.
Yeah, it's not like I don't I don't play games on my phone. I have a preference for buttons
Oh yeah, no, me
for a
too.
lot of stuff. Even games that are really good with touch-based stuff, I still find I like buttons. And I want something bigger in terms of size, which is why like a lot of those games I end up playing on an iPad instead. Particularly for things like Love Live, because I actually like being able to put the iPad down and utilizing all of my fingers as opposed to trying to just use two thumbs.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a rhythm game touch pad thing on its own. I wanna be able to switch between different fingers and usage, and I can't do that on my phone very well.
That's completely understandable to me, at least, because I mean, you know me. I love my mechanical keyboards, and yes, I know you can have a keyboard on an iPad, but it's not the same. There is the control method matters. That's why I spent a year or 3 years converting joysticks over from ADB to USB, because playing that game on joysticks it feels better to me than it does playing it on a keyboard and mouse or on a gamepad. Could I probably be as good as I am? Yeah, probably. I'm not very good to begin with. Might I be better on the control pad? Maybe. But which do I enjoy playing more? Well, I enjoy playing with the stick more, because control matters. At least to me.
I mean, I haven't tried hooking up a PS4 controller to anything on the phone yet, and I know that's supposed to be like a thing you're supposed to be able to do for some stuff. And I probably would like that just fine, but I still think I'm gonna want an iPad.
Which you can still hook up an iPhone controller to, or sorry, a PS4 controller to. That's just one of those quality of life things that's been a long time in coming. Like, hey, you can do Bluetooth. You can both do Bluetooth. Why can't you talk to each other? Oh, because Apple doesn't want you to. Well. That barrier, oh boy. Give me the barrier. Oh!
Oh.
As he walks directly into 2.
Yeah, but you've been doing very well. Like, there we go. Yes, you've got like 3 notes in
Oh, geez,
spare. Like, you can really up your firepower.
Mono blue. Actually, if we take those to spread shot, that might be a bit more advantageous. High speed projectiles. Good force behind them.
Seismic lawns, mono blue, what are we, magic? I mean, no, but if we were, I'd be going mono blue.
Well, yeah, there's magic all up in this bee. Effing beats, how do they work? Hello!
Don't drop your beads. You can't pick them up again. They're very fragile.
Ooh, that feels off. Please kick drum only on 1 and 3, not 2 and 4. God. Bad friend.
Yeah, controller setup is really a very interesting thing on a game-by-game basis. I really hope that with the next gen of consoles, everybody starts with being able to remap things.
Oh god, yes.
Because, like, come on.
It's 2020, people. It's a computer. Stop trying to pretend it's something special.
Well, especially with this whole, like, you've heard, right? The PS5 is gonna use the X worldwide as the confirm button and the the circle as the
like. I'm happy that we get
back button.
I'm happy that we get standardization. I'm unhappy that they're bowing to North American pressure for that. Circle is correct for correct. A red circle means you got it right. Yes, I understand that might take some time to get used to, but that's the real way it's done, people.
The only time I've ever had a problem with it is on my Vita, because I imported one from Japan so I could get the pink and black one, because they're region free, and it's hard locked on the system as being circle is accept. But all of the games I put in it are the opposite of that, so I'm always constantly getting kicked out of my own game.
I am never sure which one is right until I try them. Sorry, by right I mean correct.
Heck yeah, Bugland.
Yeah. Wait, no, we have to go up. No! I've ruined everything.
I mean, the only controller I actually have problems with is the Xbox one.
But why so?
Because it makes everything the wrong color and it uses A, B, X, Y in the wrong spaces. And at least, like, with a PS4, I can be like, oh, shapes. I've figured out how to map these shapes into my brain. Triangle's always up top because it's pointing up.
Okay, so
Square's always on the left because nobody wants to use that button for some reason. And then circle and X are exactly where they're supposed to be in terms of A and B.
okay, now here's the question. On a 4-point control, where does A go?
On a what?
On a 4-corner grid, like on a grid like a compass rosette. Where is A?
East.
Correct.
That's where it should go.
Yes. Ever since the original Nintendo, that's where A belongs. And
That's also where circle goes.
And that's why that's where circle is, and that's why one of the other reasons why circle is accept.
Yes.
This has been Unpopular Opinions with Ian and Heather.
We have an opinion about a controller. Chances are other people have different opinions about that controller.
The important thing to remember is that our opinions are, well, correct. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, but... And no buts to that. It's just having the courage to declare your opinion the correct one that's... A lot of people don't do that for some reason. I don't know why. Perhaps it's politeness.
I just
or...
like I know it's more like it's a culture thing of like the circle is correct and X is no, but I'm like we all know that when you cross your arms in front of yourself, that's an X, and that's a sign for no.
Well, the weird problem is that we decided that the check mark would be our correct symbol in the West. When why? I'd actually like to do some reading on that. Like, what made the check mark the thing?
You know, I'm not sure. Because I know I didn't know for the longest time in anime why
people would get
they
red
would often
circles.
show somebody. Well, because they would be like, "Oh, look at my test. I did 100%." You see all these red circles,
Yeah.
which is generally like in when I grew up. That's how you denoted what part of the question you got wrong was wrong. And then you'd see somebody be like, "Oh, I failed," and they have like a 30, and they have all these check marks, and you're like, "But you look like you did fine."
Heather, the real breakthrough for me came when I was actually marking students' assignments, and they they got sad when they came back for me because I gave them check marks on all of their things, and because it's not.
Oh no.
Because when you're a student, you expect to see that, like, where am I correct? Where are the correct answers? Where are the wrong ones? And so any mark that's not a red circle is instantly like, what is this? It means it's not correct at first glance.
Oh no.
And so yeah, I was in essence freaking these kids out when they went, and these were like A+ kids who got everything right. There were no wrong marks on them because wrong's an X. You understand that as a kid, but if you don't see the circle, you didn't get it right. That means you didn't get it right?
Oof. Oh, that would be terrifying as a child.
So I learned that lesson pretty quickly. But yeah, I'm just really curious about the check mark because I hate it because it ruins everything now. The existence of the check mark is why we can't use red circle as accept. You know what? Actually, I'm starting to. The more that I think about it, the angrier I'm getting. But the whole purpose of, or the word check mark, that comes then. That means that it's derived from checklist in my assumption here. And so checklists, great. Checklists important. Checklists keep people from dying because that was actually proven in surgery. The minute they started making surgeons in certain experiments like actually do a checklist rather than saying like, oh yeah, I can remember the steps, success in surgeries went up. It's why they're so prevalent in aircraft. It's because, again, people were making simple, stupid mistakes. They were trusting themselves too much. When you take the trust of yourself out of the equation and check it and make sure and have a record, a check mark, a mark indicating that you have checked it. Which means it's not at all an acceptance mark, it's a this has been checked.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, I scrolled back to read it, but Ash Burnham quoted Wikipedia as saying one of the earliest usages of a check mark as an indication of completion is on an ancient Babylonian tablet. And I mean, on a stone tablet, it's probably much easier to make a mark like that than to try to do a circle. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the idea of checking things off, the idea of having a checklist is if you even if you do remember everything, there's like this thing where if you do the wrong sequence than what you're used to for whatever reason, it throws you off and then you miss some steps. Mm-hmm. But that what that indicates though is that a check mark has a purpose in a checklist format. Mm-hmm. of making sure, yes, I did do thing. It doesn't mean that it's correct or right. So where where did the assumption that I've put in a check mark make this correct start happening?
Like a check mark as opposed to an X. Like if you mark an X on your checklist, if the checklist says verify tire pressure, and you check it, like, okay, well that indicates that yes, I have checked that I have verified the tire pressure. Well, if you put an X in there, does that mean that you didn't verify the tire pressure, or that the tire pressure is incorrect and not corrected?
If it's an actual checklist, whatever mark you put on the side is going to be just a mark of I did the thing. It's not going to be correct or incorrect.
Right. That's like you're verifying for correctness is what the purpose.
An X requires you to lift your pen off the paper to make the other mark, whereas a check mark you can do it all in one stroke.
Well, then I would also say that the circle is something you can definitely do all in one stroke too.
Sure.
Yeah. And I've also been told that at least I've been challenged as a child that you can draw a house all in one stroke without lifting your pen. And I suppose if you're one of those people who works at those art schools that you see in the back of comic books, you can actually draw a turtle without lifting your pen. I assume that's the point of those art schools, right? Is efficiency in drawing?
I think you're thinking of business school.
Oof. Trying to think of something about business school that isn't just mean now. Yeah, I think everyone's
So how you enjoying the game?
pretty good so far.
You had a really good run.
Yeah. we
Got
got
to that second level area, got an unlock.
What I'm just thinking about right now is ethics classes. No, we make everyone take a in post-secondary. They're supposed to take some sort of mathematics course, or usually some sort of writing course.
I mean, so when I took my costuming courses, that was part of a diploma. Everybody in the school I went to had to take a computers course, which was BS. Because it's literally just how do you use Word and presentation software and Excel, and it's like, okay, but come on, a lot of your students are coming from high school. Why can't that just be a let's do an assessment test, and if you don't pass it, then you need to take this course?
Well, I love that these computer courses too also do not much more than just reinforce the Microsoft hegemony of.
Yep.
Like, oh yeah, well, you definitely got to learn how to use Excel and PowerPoint because that's we use. No, teach people how to make a presentation, and then they can learn whatever software they want to use for that. Teach people how to write, not how to use Microsoft Word.
We also had to take a finance class, which was basically a finance 101, which I can tell you I took in grade 10. So I really didn't need to do that one again for what felt like the third time. Because I think I also took it in another thing as well. Everybody had to take this is the school I went to. Basically didn't matter what you were taking. Everybody had to take these courses. And it was like, so it was computers, finance, some sort of like career management thing, which was like, here's how you do a resume, which like took that in high school. Didn't need to do that again. And I think there were a couple others that were very similar in that space, and just like, this feels like a waste of time. But the other thing they started to do was everybody who applied to go to this college had to have a specific level of English credit from high school, which where I grew up, you needed to have a specific level of English credit to graduate.
Yes.
So it didn't really matter that they had that as a separate requirement of like, you needed me to graduate high school in order to get to your college, but you also wanted to make sure I had this English credit.
Yeah, you need one third year English credit of some sort.
Sure. But they made everybody take a writing test that was graded by a computer, and if you pass fail, if you failed it, you had to take supplementary classes on top of your full course workload to pass this test. And like, I understand you want to make sure that everybody who's here has a specific level of whatever for your school, but you already made us have a specific level on our qualifications to get in, so why am I taking a test again?
I had to do this to get in. I'm here. That means I've managed to pass that.
Yeah. They were also very unhappy when they came to our class to tell us about this test that we had to take, and we all had several questions about how a computer rates creativity and other things that were being graded within this.
Wow, you were being graded on creativity?
It was part of the mark, yeah. And I'm like, I know how they probably made a grading software for that, but the fact that that the person who came to tell us this was a thing we had to do couldn't answer those questions and just got mad at us instead was an interesting day.
Yeah, I can bet.
And I mean, I barely passed that, but I also like went in and wrote it in like 30 minutes instead of the 2 hours that they all wanted, because I was like, nope.
Yeah, I'd like
And the best part of that too was that was a graduation requirement to get your diploma. So it's not like you could be like, I don't need to do it. And you had your entire course time to go and make your appointment to go and do it. And I had one of my friends left it as like one of the last things she did, and I'm just like, but if you fail,
yeah, danger.
Your whole 2 years is just up in smoke. Like, I shouldn't say 2 years. I should say 3, because the majority of my class did not pass.
Oh.
That class, that section of classes. My school was horrible and no one should go to it.
I mean, it's one of the few places in Canada that has a, not to go all OPSEC on you here, but it's one of the few places in Canada that has a brewmaster program.
Do you know what it takes to be a teacher at Old College?
No.
Because Beach was able to apply.
Oh yeah, well I mean...
For like anything, like you don't need a teaching degree.
Oh yeah,
You don't need... In fact, all you need is to prove that you can probably do the thing that they want you to teach the class on. Which, in some ways, I'm like, that's not a bad thing, but in other ways, it's definitely not a great thing, given some of the teachers who showed up there.
Yeah, 'cause it's... Old College isn't a research institution.
Yeah, I'd also like to point out that they were definitely advertising at one point that they had a motorcycle maintenance class that they were going to do. At the same time, they were advertising a want for a teacher to actually teach that class. Which means they were trying to get people to register for a class that had no teacher.
Wow. I mean... The nice thing about that is that you could probably get the person to double teach in a, or double head the faculties of motorcycle repair and also Zen Buddhism, as far as if I'm understanding that book correctly, which I am absolutely not. Alright, I think this might be our last run if we're good. Take the heart.
I do kind of wonder what section they would have put the motorcycle class under. Because my classes were under the business section.
I was gonna say, is there a section for television-based, television advertised courses?
Probably business.
Come to ITT Tech and get your degree in private investigation, aircraft repair, small engines, motorcycle and business repair.
So really, it's just community college. The TV show.
What the? Huh?
Get it.
Huh? I don't know what I was supposed to do with that.
I don't know.
I shot it, I got on top of it, I pushed the interact button. See also my wedding night. Sorry. Can't pass up a good 1950s style joke there when it makes itself known. God, this is
we'll just cue the YouTube comments of, wait, I thought Ian wasn't married.
This is something that Merlin's talked about a few months back, that a lot of his humor, and by extension a lot of my own humor, comes from trying to make people who are like a generation or two older than me laugh. It's like, oh yeah, hey, I managed to find the jokes that my parents and my grandparents like. Well, better internalize all those, because those will be useful for the rest of my life. Oh Jesus, random fandom Tiger Dragon just discovered me with hair. That's a...
It was a different time.
Yes, time does march forward and certain people do lose their hair. Now some more voluntarily than others, but...
I mean, I will admit, you look very different with hair on your head.
Absolutely.
It's true.
And
I do find it kind of funny when people are like, wait, Ian used to have hair. But nothing will top the desert bus. I've gotten rid of all hair.
Oh God, yes.
Forever.
Well, it was the coming in to the room and having people not know who I was as I entered. It's like, wait, how did this person get into Desert Bus backstage? Oh, hi!
I remember hearing stories of people who tuned in and they were like, why are they letting some rando run the bus? It says Ian's name, it should be his shift. Like...
Kate was super weirded out by it.
It's incredibly different.
Yeah.
It does something very different to the way you look.
Yeah, it makes my head cold. Oh well, I think the file photo of me in the Allure wiki has finally been changed, though. Because there's Ian with hair. Okay, one more before we leave. There's Ian with hair to Ian without hair, and then there's also Ian without hair to Ian post-weight loss without hair.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I was definitely a giant baby for a while there. Goo goo gaga, please step on my cake.
I'm still waiting to see at what point I finally crack and just cut off a huge swatch of my hair.
Oh, good God.
With or without help of another person.
No. Keep it going, Heather, and then sell it after you're done.
Ew,
Sell it to buy a comb for Beach. Because actually, you know what? Everything I've seen so far of Beach and COVID says that that guy needs a comb.
I mean, he messes up his hair on purpose for stuff like Checkpoint. It almost never looks as wild as it does.
I love it. But if that is all you see of him, it's
It is very long.
Ooh.
It's definitely, I think, probably the longest I've ever seen it.
Oh, I do want to see Beach with a mullet. God, he
I
can
could
finally
probably-
live. He can finally live his Letterkenny dream.
I could probably source you a picture from grade 6.
Oh boy.
I think that was grade 6 for him. Not for the chat, just for you.
Just special for me. Oh, I forgot 2 notes. There we go. Throw those in.
You are like the second person I've heard say that though, because I believe Adam also told me that he wanted to see Beach with a mullet. He wanted me to tell Beach to keep growing it out. So I don't know. We'll see how long he lasts. I know for him, having the hair keep going like that is actually bothersome to his scalp.
And that's that's problematic. I'm calling it at the end, Heather.
Gonna rest yourself away from that one more style.
I looked at the time and I said, it takes us more than 2 minutes to come to do our ending spiel because, boy, we like to be nothing if not thorough with our information. Step 1, thank the chat. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching along with Rhythm Cafe today. Whether you were one of us who dropped like, God, I looked at that backwards. And nope, not gonna read it. Ooh, wow, good bit count. Whether you've been dropping your bits or subs here on the channel, or if you're a Patreon member, if you're a YouTube member, or if you're just sitting around watching the show, we appreciate having you here one way or another. Or even if you're watching this in the future on youtube.com/loadingreadylive. Dracula welcomes you to the end of the program. I'm gonna do the rest of it this way too. If you'd like to do more, perhaps subscribing to our channel, you can check us out at loadingreadyrun.com. That's where you can find all the spooky shows. loadingreadyrun.com/live will take you to the schedule, and there Boo can look at everything that's coming up and add it to your own personal calendar. For the inside of your coffin, I guess. I don't know. Coming up next, you can check it out there. I'm not even going to go into that anymore. Patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. Thank you for your continued support. All of you patrons, you keep the lights on, you help us out do things, and super happy to have you here. Super happy to have those of you who are at youtube.com/loadingreadyrun, who are members there. You get to ask us questions in the monthly Ask-alers, but you also help out as well. Thank you for being yourselves. If you'd like to see magic content on YouTube, well, not that difficult, but you can also go to youtube.com/LRRMTG, where our Magic the Gathering content is helpfully sequestered for you to find. The VODs live at youtube.com/loadingreadylive, and the main stuff, as I said before, youtube.com/loadingreadyrun. I think that's all the money stuff, other than the people who are our...
We did get some new subs,
We did indeed. And I'd like to thank eBlock, who gave us 166 bits. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm assuming they did that to raise our daily bit counter to 666, which is very in the spirit.
Satan!
Ard Rise has come back for 46 months in a row. Welcome back.
Christ the Celtic Wolf has subscribed for 39 months. Thank you so much for your continued support.
Splitting Image 77 for 41 months. That is not a gift sub. That is just a regular sub. Yep, the timeouts before medical procedures came from airplane checks.
Nice. And of course, Bulldog Omega has subscribed for 28 months. Thank you for your continued support as well. Heather, where can people find you when you are not currently here on the Loading Ready Run network?
Oh, there's a few places you can find me. You can find me on the website we call the Bad Website, twitter.com/lunarjade. You can find me on twitch.tv/lunarjade, where I do streams. And if you can't watch Twitch for some reason, you can watch the VODs that eventually I do get up over at youtube.com/lunarjade.
You can find me over at tilty.house. That is a valid URL. Put it in your address bar and it'll take you to my website where you can find all the stuff that Corey and I do, including podcasts, videos, links to our bad Twitter profiles, etc., etc. The end.
Excellent.
Yeah, you know what? I'm calling it there. The end.